Hello, Tim O'Kelly here, and what I want to do with this video is very simply, how is the fastest way that you can experience what I call one of the greatest experiences that we could ever have, and it's called happiness. The shortest pathway to happiness. That's what this video is. So before I get into it, let me tell you a little bit about my story, a modified version of it. Was turned on to personal development in 1988 and came into this work and started setting goals and started setting dreams that I'd never had before. Pretty much living life good, just hanging out, doing whatever I want to do. Then I start dreaming. Then I start having goals. And then I noticed there's challenges to that. And then I began to immerse myself into how to overcome challenges. And I worked on it for 20 some years in relationships, in financial freedom, in confidence, in a lot of different ways I've worked with. I've trained seminars for the last 25 years on stage in front of people, tens of thousands of people in different countries. And I love this work. I am immersed in this work. Over a short time, I just started to look at, though, people coming in. They have a dream, they have a want, they come in, they do personal development, and then one of their biggest challenges is how to implement it in their daily life to produce that goal, to produce that result. So I began a mission of how to condense personal development into the shortest, most fastest way to achieve a goal, and that's what all these videos are. I've taken all this work for 25 years and making it simple and applicable. And this one is the pathway to happiness. If you want to be happy, here's the quickest way to do it. So I'm going to break this up into two segments, okay? One of them is going to be the mindset that we have to have for happiness. Now, I don't want to just do mindset, philosophy, all that. I mean, that's good. But I also want to give you, like I said, applicable ways that you can today begin to be happy. So let's start off with first the mindset that we must have to experience this thing called happiness. Now, when I say happiness, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about cheerleading happiness. I'm not talking about the fake happiness. And I truly believe that we're not going to be happy all the time. But yet, when you want to be happy, going on vacation or just taking a walk or being with family or in your business, so I'm talking about how, when the time comes, of how to shift and how to be in that state called happiness, okay? So I want you to picture this. I want you to think about this for a moment. Have you ever been, overlooking the ocean or a valley or a mountain range, or, take yourself back to a time where your breath was taken. You were like, whoa, this is beautiful. And there was that moment right there that you would like to capture and to take with you everywhere. Well, then what happened in that moment that caused such an incredible experience? It wasn't the mountain. It wasn't the water that did it. We all know that. Something else occurred, and that's what we want to capture here. So you're looking out over the mountain range, you're looking out over the ocean, and in that moment, at least that one moment, everything was perfect. Now, that's the mindset we want to capture. Everything, at least in that moment, was the way it was supposed to be. You didn't look at the ocean and go, oh my God, that's nice, but it's a little bit too dark. It's too cloudy for me today. We didn't want to change it. We didn't want to make it different. We enjoyed it just the way that it was. You didn't look at a rainbow and go, my gosh, that's nice, but if it was 2 feet over, it'd be great. No, in that moment, there was 100% complete acceptance. And when we can get to that level, that is happiness. So I want you to think of, like a slide, right? So what is the opposite of that? We've got to take a look at that. So then you can imagine it's a slide. You can do it whatever way you want to do it. So if we equate 100% acceptance to actually being happy and joyful, well then why are we not other times? And if you take that slide and slide it down to the opposite, what's the opposite of acceptance is resistance. And resistance, very simply, is not accepting what is. We'll look at things and go, it should be different. And believe me, do we do that in our relationships? Do we do that with our boss? Do we do that with our financial situation? Do we do that with our health, with our energy? That things should be different. right? How many of you have ever looked at your relationship and got a list of things that they should be doing different? You know, if he was this or she was that, if they would do this. How many times do we look in the world and go, oh, it's just a mess. It needs to be different. So if you can imagine that slide, if you want to experience anger, you want to experience frustration, you want to experience tension, all you have to do is slide that over to resistance. To look at yourself and go, I need to change. I need to be happier. I need to be healthier. I need to be thinner. You're going to experience frustration. You're going to experience even anger. Then you look at our kids. They need to be smarter. They need to be more behave. They need to be different. So what's beautiful about this is you can slide it back and forth. You can be angry. You can be frustrated. All you have to do is be resistant to something. Or if at any time you need to, you can slide it over and then practice what it's like to be someplace and look around and realize, you know what? It really is perfect the way that it is. And how do we know it's perfect the way that it is? Because it is. That is the mindset for happiness. Now what I want to do is I want to go into some things that you can actually do every day to be happier. And nothing's going to happen really traumatic if you don't, right? Do one of these one day. But you can get a list built up here of things you can do. Let me start off with number one. Now, there's no specific order, just number one. Practice doing something new. Practice doing something new every day. Listen to new music. Listen to a new podcast with new information on it. You listen to a certain style of music or news. Practice listening to something new. Practice watching something new. Practice eating something new. So obviously the opposite of new would be just do routine. Just do the same thing you do over and over. And if you can even think about that, how that causes tired, that causes sadness. And it's automatic, right? So to practice doing something new every day. Number two, challenge yourself. Take a risk. Go further than what your internal conversation says. No, that you're good. Stay right here. I mean, how many of you have ever worked out on the treadmill and you're working, and then inside you hear this little voice that says, that was awesome. You did really, really good. You're done. When does the real workout start? Exactly. That's when the real workout starts, when you go past that little conversation that says, you're good, stop here. We are designed and programmed to be safe. We got to go past that. Challenge yourself to do something that's a bit uncomfortable. I'm not saying outrageous. It doesn't have to be. But if you see someone and you would like to talk to them and you feel that, oh, that's a little uncomfortable. All this says is go for it. Go have a conversation. Go past that. Challenge yourself in your business. Challenge yourself in your personal relationships. And I'm going to show you how to, in just a second, how to challenge that with number three. Okay? So challenge yourself. Opposite of challenge yourself is stay safe. Never get hurt. Never put yourself out there. Never get rejected. Never fail. You keep doing that over and over, you're going to be tired. It creates sadness. Number three, here's one way that you can challenge yourself. Express yourself. One of my mentors, rest in peace, died just recently, Dr. Wayne Dyer, really, really worked with this. And he said, every person has a message for this world. That's why you're here. You have a message. And how you know your message is? Whatever you're really passionate about, your message is in there. It's your job. It's your duty. This is Wayne Dyer would tell me. It's your job to go express it to the world. You can actually create a livelihood from that message. So open your mouth. Express yourself. Now, the opposite of that would be stifle yourself. Oh, I don't want to say anything because what if they get upset? What if the boss doesn't like it? What if they laugh at my idea? Oh, it's just better to hang on to it. Okay? Now, start building these up. Doing the same thing over and over again. Being safe and then being quiet and stifling. Yeah, you've got sadness. You've got depression starting right there. And then we go into the next one, number four, which is to connect. Connect with yourself. Take some time to connect with yourself. You can do that through thinking, through quiet, through meditation, to just know you, be with you, even know your body, how your body communicates to you. So be present in you. That's one way to connect. Another way they say connect is to connect with people. Engage. Now, see, you can do all of them in one. Go meet somebody you've never known that you might be a little intimidated by. Open up, express yourself to someone new, and you find yourself starting to be happy immediately, not someday. You'll find it. If you go past that uncomfortable and you do it, you're like, dang, Look what I just did. See, it builds happiness, it builds confidence, okay? So to connect with other people and connect with conversation, and if you don't, this may be a whole nother video we could take on here, but how to engage with a person, how to have a conversation. One of the greatest ways to start a conversation with somebody is, what do you want? Not what they've already done, but, what do you want? What are your goals? What are your dreams? A great conversation starter, okay? So, and then if you choose to, connect with your higher power. Whatever you believe that to be, and I'm not here to be your spiritual teacher by any means, but to connect, if you do believe there's something bigger, to daily connect with that. The opposite of connecting is to be separate. To be separate from people. They don't understand me. They're different. I'm different. I'm going to be, and to create that separateness from people. You do that long enough, it creates isolation, it creates sadness. That could lead to a lot of negativity. Even drug use, even alcoholism, by separating from humanity, okay? And then the last one is to contribute, to give to someone else. And there's so many ways to contribute, but it is really simply to make somebody else's life a little bit better because you were there. I was raised with this idea: leave every person and situation better off as a result of you having been there. And that could be a compliment. That could be even a smile. That could be a gift. There's so many ways, but I tell you what, when you give, you contribute, immediately you feel good. The opposite of contribute or give is to take. To take from other people, to take from ourselves, humiliate, to say negative, to talk negative, to put people. There's so many ways we can take. So I don't want to go down that too, but I want you to just look at them real quick. These are applicable things you can do every day, and I guarantee it, you practice it, you will be happier, not someday, but today. So practice new, doing something new every day. The second one is to challenge yourself, to go further than what that internal conversation, to take a risk. The third one is to express yourself, open your mouth. You got an idea in business, share it. You want to say something to your relationship, share it, okay? The next one is to connect. Connect with yourself, connect with humanity, people, and if you believe in a higher power. And then the last one is to contribute, to give, to make a difference in this world. You will be happier. So what I challenge you to do is to write those down and then find a way, the shortest way that you can do all of them in one session. And I'm not joking. Like I said, to go find someone that you don't know, to engage with them and make their life better by expressing yourself. Watch what happens. So you can do that literally in 30 seconds. You can do it in 1 minute of every day. That's a way to be happy. Thanks for checking this one out. And of course, take the time, look at all of them, okay? Enjoy the work. Thank you.